All right, recording has started, I believe, and this is the April 30th, 2024 Rook community meeting. I just shifted the window over to my main monitor here, so hopefully you're still able to see it. I still see the outline of it, so I think it's still projecting. All right.
Looks good.
Yep. So let's check in then on all of our milestones and everything going on. So let's take a look first then at 113, since we will have, I think that's that a couple weeks from now, a upcoming .9 patch release, it looks like. So let's go ahead and look at the milestone project board for that and see if there's anything that needs to be called out.
I don't think
So it looks a
so.
little
We have
empty.
had a couple of backports in the last couple of weeks since the last patch release for 1.13, but I figured, well, we can wait a couple more weeks till the next one we're in, because we just don't need to release 1.13 as often now. We can if there's an urgent release or a fix or a need to, but I thought we could wait 2 more weeks.
Cool. So there's
Just in
nothing
case.
right now like in progress or we know we're actively working on. We've already merged them. They're in the branch. They're ready to go when the time comes in 2 weeks.
Correct. Mhm.
Easy, easy. Okay. Nothing major there then. All right. So let's then focus on the most recent release that we are maintaining that is more active right now since it's the most recent one. Let's see. So the last community meeting was the 16th. Okay, sweet. So we got two patch releases we've done since then. So let's go ahead and take a look at those and see what to refresh our memories on what was in those.
Right. Yep. So the .1 release was just our first biweekly release since the .0. Uh, I, I'm not sure we had a lot of significant things to report there, other than what is in that list. Let's see, a few more small features to add to the release, and um, I don't know, some cleanup, force flags. There's host networking is now required for the CSI drivers. Oh, that's just a documentation update. Anyway, yeah, some nice little updates, but not much to call out. The .2 is
Yeah, the
was the
dot
more
two was
urgent
just a
one.
couple days later, right? So let's take a look
Yeah,
see at that one there.
yeah, we did have a user report an issue with the Helm chart for EC block pools, which was incorrectly setting the metadata and data pools, but basically swapped those two values, which was clearly an error and prevented the upgrade. So we just went ahead and got that fix out quickly. Um,
Yeah,
not
not
too many
a in
people
terms
would
of
have
lines of
that,
code, not a big one.
right? But an important thing to switch those pools to be correct.
Yep. Awesome. It's good that we kind of found that quickly and then got the fix out quickly as well then after that last batch release.
Exactly.
Excellent.
And a couple other nice updates at the same time, because Kubernetes 1.30 had just come out, so we added that to the CI and verified that that's all good. And then another small change for CSI, but not much impact for that one. But yeah,
Oh,
that's the .2 release.
all right. Then
And in the spirit
that's
of our biweekly cadence, we've got .3 coming up this week
that's
as the normal plan.
Thursday.
Yes.
Is it? Okay, great. So then let's see if we've got anything maybe blocking it or things that we could still get in for it. I'm sure there's some things in the done column that will be included in it, but anything outstanding that we need to work through or talk about.
And exactly that. I don't know of any blockers here, but there's still a couple of days to get fixes in as needed or as requested. Uh, yeah, I can't think of anything worth calling out at this time. But if you'd like any fixes, as always, in the release, please do comment on the issues, or those who are in the Rook project can move things to the blocking release column. Just let's post in Slack in the dev channel, for example, so we're aware of those requests.
Cool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, so 2 more days until that release is expected on the 2nd here. Uh, Travis, you don't like in Europe, it's public holiday for almost everyone tomorrow. Not for you
Not for the
US
US.
based folks though. So you'll continue to get
Correct.
patches and fixes and PRs flowing until the release day 2 days from now.
Yep, unless I get lazy.
All
Yeah, it'll be a
right.
quiet day tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds like it. So then from anyone else, anything to note about the upcoming there's a dot two, right? No, sorry, dot three patch release. Okay. Cool. All right. So then any updates then from folks that want to share about the Cube Control plugin?
Yeah, it looks like Siobhan didn't make it, and we need to chat about when we'll be ready for the next feature release of KubeCode plugin. Probably in the next few weeks, but we haven't talked about a date for that yet, or exactly which feature is coming next there. Yeah, I think it's been a couple weeks since our last, or a couple months, been a while since our last release, so it's
Yeah.
about time.
All right. All right. So that should be everything for milestones then. We're not too far into 1.14 at all. So it looks like we'll talk about later in the agenda here about next plans for 1.15. But in terms of active milestones and things that we're actively working on, that's about it right now that we've covered. So onwards to the community topics, I suppose.
Yep,
All right.
first one I've got there. So we do need some updates to the support page, as people hopefully have heard by now. It is unfortunate core did shut down, so core is still listed on the Rook page, so we'll go ahead and remove that now. That's no longer a support option for Rook. And I've had a work item on my plate for a while to, we need to add the IBM product to that page. And also there's options for others, just so everyone's aware that if someone would like to list their product related to Rook on the page, we can certainly review that request. It's an opportunity to mention basically downstream products or support services around Rook.
Is there any anticipation, Travis, of like Alex and Dave and them still, contributing or being like part of the community that you know of, or too early to tell?
Not that I know of. Yeah, I haven't caught up with Alexander yet to hear what he's thinking next.
Okay.
A couple of days ago, or was that yesterday? We did see Deepika join the Rook Huddle, and as well as one of her colleagues. So I'm curious if there's something there that they'd be interested in listing with their company, but I don't know those details.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, if they're interested in that, they're certainly more than welcome to.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, then next item here, Travis, I'll say yours.
Yeah, just wanted to follow up on the mailing list, and we don't have many maintainers in the list, but I'm curious if all of us are on the security mailing list. If not, I want to follow up and make sure we're all on it, like Subham especially, or Santosh, since they were added more recently as maintainers.
No,
Uh,
And Travis, that's one point of frustration with this is often like for mailing lists managed by the CNCF, we don't always have ability to change the membership and stuff ourselves. Is that one that can you see the membership list and invite people and give them permissions and stuff?
I think I have seen that I can add people to the
Okay.
list, but yeah, I don't have many privileges beyond that. Like for you to be able to get access to approve those emails. Did you get that working? That was the next question I
Yeah,
was
I,
gonna ask.
I think I did get access to that. We did I think we had to do a CNCF like service desk to get it, but I think that did work now.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw one email today was approved, but I haven't read through it yet. maybe you approved it or
Nope, I didn't do any
somebody else.
specific actions today, no. Could have been someone else. Is
Okay.
there an audit for that? Like, does it say who approved ones if you go look at it?
I don't remember seeing it tell me who approved emails. I'm curious to look at that too.
Yeah, maybe one good action here would be like just kind of do a bit of an audit of the mailing list in general. See if all the maintainers have their permissions and then, check the existing perms as well to make sure that everything's aligned with what they should be in its current state of the project.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay.
Mhm.
What capture that as
That's all for that. Oh yeah,
action
move that
item
down
to, oh,
there.
you got that there. Okay, cool.
I'll move it down there.
Cool. Okay. The next one's mine. So after the next sorry, the last community meeting, I did finish off a long-standing work item here to update the slack.rook.io invitation page to join the Rook Slack. So this is now live and up to date, and it's a kind of an app sitting in front of our Slack, which will generate invitation emails for you and send them to people so they can join the Rook Slack community. And the solution we had in the interim was workable, but had a kind of a critical deficit to it where it only would work for 400 invites and then it would have to be manually refreshed. This one does not have that deficit in behavior there. So then this one should continue working, should be hands off, don't have to do anything. But if anyone does see any issues reported by the community or if you yourselves, ping me immediately to look into it to make sure that we're unblocked and people can join the community and the Slack workspace as they need to.
Great. Yeah, it's awesome to have that. Thanks for that update.
Yep.
They're always worried about, is that link gonna expire?
Yeah, it's super, super frustrating. And then you often don't hear about it until somebody tells you about it. It's hard to catch that. As vigilant as you want to be, other people will find it for you, I'm sure. Which is not cool. Okay, sweet. So yeah, that's just an update on that and reach out anytime for anybody who's had its issues. I grabbed something from the chat here from Yongsheng and put it into the agenda doc, but it looks like people have been discussing this in the side chat there. Do you want to talk about that synchronously right now, folks, to drive that to a conclusion?
Uh, so, sorry, 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 I don't get. So, did you find a clue in the chat?
Did we get to an answer on that one?
Yeah. I just wonder if no, you can tell. If you have clue, I can ask in the channel. Then you can reply there. How about that?
Yeah, or part of it as you're kind of giving some support, there's anything you wanted to add synchronously, out loud too.
Basically, the keys, the secrets that the user mentioned, like that is like created even when the encryption is not like turned off, and they are not meant to be anyhow related with encryption, that are more related to the CSI storage class that we use. And if we enable encryption, we just enable some sub settings, and most of the things are governed by Ceph, and we just have to like pass some flags so that Ceph understand that encryption is on, and the keys that are generated are like stored in a JSON and like communicated internally with the Ceph. And yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. How can I know which one is the key?
Do you want to retrieve the encryption key?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if, well, maybe we could look at that offline.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
yeah, I'm not sure exactly the answer to that because I know the OSDs need that key, of course, and so Rook gets the key. But if you want to know the Ceph command to get the encryption key, we'll have to look that up.
To be honest, I never use the ceph command. Instead, I always use the kubectl.
Mhm. Okay. Well, and with kubectl, we have a plugin that you can use also to run Ceph commands.
Mm.
So have you seen the kubectl plugin for Rook?
Oh, I didn't. So okay, good. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
one of the places I can explore.
Mhm. In the chat, I put a link to the plugin to
Okay,
run Ceph commands.
okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, and if maybe you want to open a GitHub discussion to get that question answered, because then we can,
Nice.
or in Slack, either way. Slack or GitHub discussions are a good place to discuss questions like this.
I
Like
see.
there's the GitHub discussions. I mean, or this meeting's fine too, but we don't always find the answers, so we need to follow up.
Sometimes you don't know the answer off the top of your head.
Right.
Actually, you know what? Recently, I put much effort to figure out how to enable the encryption. And it turned out that it's very simple. So I don't know if others have the same trouble.
Yeah. So we could improve the documentation examples for encryption at least. Did you opened an issue, right? Did you close that issue after it's working or
I think I close it.
still open?
Let,
Okay.
let me find out.
If you closed it, maybe reopen it so we can with a suggestion to improve the documentation and examples for encryption.
Okay, I see. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, then it also looks like in chat that Robin, you also had a question or something to discuss about encryption for SFFS and FS script encryption.
Yes, exactly. So, hello everybody. Well, I guess maybe Port at least have seen I have opened an issue for this. So basically, when trying to develop or test out this FFS plus FS script, it currently is not possible with the common YAML that is in the example. So basically, if there are changes in the Ceph CSI, these changes are not reflected in the common.yaml. So maybe the first question is there any way that it's planned that the common.yaml is kept up to date with these other components that it reflects?
Mm-hmm. Well, in the common.yaml, if here's the thing, if it's in our CRD's schema, we might have missed adding an example to common.yaml, but all of the settings in the CRD schema can be used in the cluster.yaml. So I guess I'm with this feature request though. So CephFS plus FS crypt. I'm not sure where we would enable CephFS encryption specifically because we have OSD encryption and we have PV encryption. I think you're talking about CephFS PV encryption.
Yeah,
Correct.
exactly. So it in Ceph CSI supports this. So the only thing is that you need to add some cluster roles or some of the cluster roles for the CSI provisioners needs access to config maps and secrets. So I have the issue for it. I don't know if you have seen it, Travis.
Oh, yeah. Which issue is that?
Yes, and the other part is if you want to use this, you need to have the kernel 6.6, and that is not so easy to currently get in Minikube, but
Mhm.
because I mean the
Okay.
cluster role for the provisioner is like a direct reflection of the Ceph CSI cluster role. So the like main topic is just how to keep these in sync. I don't know how relevant like the CSI plugin or the Ceph CSI is for this meeting, but
Yeah, I mean, this FCSI is relevant, but there's a team also dedicated to CSI, and they don't usually attend this meeting. That's also we can follow up with them. I'll tag them on this issue.
yeah. There is also a concurrency issue that I'm currently working on in the Ceph CSI, because if you are doing two or more concurrent deployments of a FCS with FScript, it's never working. But it seems more like a FScript problem, so I'm solving it on that sense. But I just thought this is more like for convenience of this development. If there's like any plans to support something like the 6.6 kernel and like examples out of the box.
Okay. Yeah, in our examples, we can't really control the kernel version.
No, that I
But,
understand.
yeah.
But we could
Yeah.
parameterize the URL for the Minikube, because if somebody has an ISO image that with the kernel 6.6, you can provide it to the Minikube.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, if you have suggestions on the examples, happy to take those.
Yeah, I can open a PR for that for this issue if you think it's okay that this maybe it was just Port asked me to join this meeting and discuss this, so that's
Yeah, sounds good. And that's to update the Minikube development page to include that kernel version. Is that what your suggestion?
no. My suggestion was just to allow the like when you create the test cluster to allow the parameterization of the to take in the ISO image as an parameter to the Minikube command.
Right. Okay. So yeah,
so
I think that's what I was saying too. On the we have a development page for using Minikube that we could include that.
Yeah, I know. I think I know. Setting up the development environment or something. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then I think we're on the same page regarding that.
Sounds good.
Cool. Awesome. Okay. So there weren't any designs of interest as well. So it looks like there was nothing else on the agenda documents. Checking the chat again, I don't see anything new there. Was there any other topics that folks wanted to bring up for today? All right. Then if there are no other topics, then I think we can go ahead and adjourn for the day here. And we will continue working on, or Travis, as all of Europe takes tomorrow off, Travis and Blaine will work hard on 1.14.3, getting that patch release out in 2 days later this week. And yeah, I think that's it.
Excellent.
All right, thanks everybody. See ya.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, folks. Have a good one.
Thanks.